Hello, wild and woolly interwebs. It is I, David, least fit of the Hewletts, possibly of all the nerds as well, with another Burn and Learn. I should say, Burn and Learn, for those of you who don't know, is my bit to stay alive and fit long enough to raise my amazing son, currently pretending to do at-home schooling, and to enjoy the coming twilight years of my brilliant, beautiful wife, Jane. I hate exercise. It's boring. I like to learn something while I'm doing it, then I like to share what I've learned with you the sweatiest, most miserable, self-indulgent way possible, and it guilts me into doing it because if you don't see a video, it means I didn't exercise. Although it's not entirely the case right now because I've sort of thrown a spanner in the work. I've mixed things up a little bit here. So Saturday, my wife made us do an hour and a half, I would say more like an hour, 40-minute walk in the sunshine because she felt that the lizard creatures living in her basement needed some time in the sun. And so Bradlett and I sort of begrudgingly joined her on that little trip. We dropped some stuff off at my dad's, left the car there, so they've got that, and then we walked home. And so we moaned and complained the entire time. So that was great exercise, because both physically and emotionally. And then Sunday, I did yoga. I did yoga again, and I gotta say, I'm kind of enjoying it because, boy, it hurts. It hurts in places that didn't exist before I did the yoga. Like, I'm telling you, like, it's not like I didn't have these muscles. I mean, I didn't have those places on my body to hurt, I don't think, until the yoga happened. So that's interesting. It's a bit like those nightmares you have where you're, as an actor, where you find yourself on stage in front of an audience and you don't know any of your lines. That's what yoga's like to me. I'm like, I don't know where to move. Where does my arm go, my leg? And keep knocking Jane over and myself over and furniture over. And, you know, there's just really not a wide enough space around me to be safe. So, but that said, I'm enjoying it because, boy, it really hurts the next day. Like I feel it. So, so today, no, before I do that, before I get to today, let's talk about Sunday. Because Sunday, we did the Suspicion view party for Stargate Atlantis. We did a live watch party, and oh my gosh, what a great, like what a freaking great afternoon. It was, I did 2 hours. I had to stick to 2 hours because we had a whole cleanup thing we had to do in the house. We had the whole COVID cleanup to do, and I promised I'd be a part of that. But Bradlett and I just had such a great time chatting with everybody and just seeing Bradlett respond to the show and seeing the sunroof open in the jumper bay and because Lenka's screwed up again. And it was just, yeah, it was just a pleasure to watch and really fun to hang out with everybody. And I just want to say thank you so much for that. I have posted a video of the full watch party on YouTube as well if you want to see. If you want to revisit the joy, you're welcome to do that. And again, that is just to say thank you to all of our Tech Bandits supporters in every way, shape, and form, whether they're Patreons or people who've donated money through the site or people who've just helped us out in some way, shape, or form, sponsors, DStat. You know, it's really just a thanks to everybody for that. So, so yeah, a roaring great success, even though, and I'd already survived yoga, so I was feeling good. And then today, not so good, because today I went to do my exercise today, and I was flat. I was done. At 35 minutes, I was like, I physically cannot go on. So I sort of staggered upstairs and sat down for a bit and whined and complained to my son for a bit while he was having his lunch. And I ate bread because that's what, you know, generally, I'm sure that's very advised. Very advised to eat fresh bread and butter when you get to the middle of your exercise and you can't go on. So I did that and I thought, well, maybe I should eat something healthier. So I ate some mandarins. I drank a glass of water or two. Then I went back down and did another 35 minutes. So I actually ended up doing an hour and 10 minutes, but very disappointed that I couldn't sustain for the whole time. So happy that I had the discipline to keep going. Not so happy that this old body of mine is giving up on me. So we'll see. It might have something to do about the fresh bread and butter in between. Maybe it doesn't help so much. So so there's that. And what was the learn part? Let's get to that. Cinema4d. So I'm finishing up my Cinema4d LinkedIn learning course. Amazing section on animation where you can set 2 cameras up, like 2 separate cameras, and then you morph them together. So you can actually make a move that goes from this camera to that camera, all done through Cinema4d. Very cool tools. You've got all sorts of ways of tweaking that. Played with the shatter tool to break up a logo and create some cool 3D sci-fi looking backgrounds and stuff. The whole point of this is I want to be able to show the kids how to start making their own YouTube openers or Twitch openers or whatever they want to use. Just the idea that they will perhaps get some 3D design snuck into their PC gaming. This is what the whole PC gaming bandits thing is about, is to try to sneak a little bit of learning and some good into all of those mind-numbing video games that they play. So we'll see. We'll see how much success I get with that. It tends to be a lot of gaming on my PC gaming thing for some reason. Anyways, and speaking of that, I actually put a call out to the bandits today because I just said, like, look, I'm sort of trying to keep to a Wednesday and a Friday schedule, but I've also thrown in some Tuesdays and some Thursdays and some Mondays, and So last week was all over the place. I just thought what I wanted to do this week was just to try to get, maybe split up into smaller sessions, but then have a confirmed amount each one. In fact, I'm thinking about maybe using my PHP skills or my Python skills maybe to come up with a little website that people can actually put in like an RSVP to the various weekly things that are on. So that could be kind of cool. I'm really, really thrilled with the way the PC Bandits is going, because these are kids who just have no interest in anything other than gaming. And even if they do end up gaming often within the actual session itself, because it's on their lunch, I still manage to get some stuff in there, and it's just very, very cool when I can get a little bit of learning stuff in there, a little bit of STEM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math stuff. So as always, bending the minds of the next generation of brilliant minds, or whatever they're called. So whatever they become, evil geniuses. And then I've also been, speaking about evil geniuses, at night I've been doing for fun, I've been doing my pen tester lab stuff, where I've just been going through the tutorials, hacking away at this little shell that they give you, so you can log into their little Unix system that's set up and designed to be hacked a certain way, and you go through the different procedures and stuff. So cool. I actually installed, what's it called? John the Ripper, I think it is, where basically it's like a password cracking tool. And so I was running this password cracking tool on these passwords that have been set up on the Pen Tester Labs thing, and you effectively you crack their code and then log in as them, and then you get this little code, and that's what you put in, and that's how you earn your various things. So I'm on like 20. I've done like 20 of these courses, 20 of these sessions now, and I just, God, it's so much fun. I wish I had this when I was a kid. So the hope again is that I can pass this on to some other kids at around 14 who, instead of going to jail, can actually do it on a platform where it's allowed to be done, where it's actually, encouraged that they get in there and get their hands dirty and try this kind of stuff. So they were very nervous about it at first, but I'm curious to see how they and if they take to it. It might be a little too advanced for them, I'm not sure, but we'll see. So there you go. That's my weekend. That's my day. Gonna get on with my week now. And oh no, you know what I gotta tell you about? This baby. So this beast, I gotta figure out a first print for this baby. This is the Sainsmart CNC that I have been sent. Thank you, Sainsmart. And I'm going to have a go at a first print on that. And the first one they have is just a basic text one, which I think is smart, do a basic text. But I thought I wanted to say something other than, just like a logo or something. So I'm looking for suggestions. So tell me what you think. I'm sure there's a lot of Stargate people out there who have suggestions. I wondered if maybe there could be some way of doing like a little Stargate or something. I'd be curious to see if it works. But that's very complicated for a starter print. I think I might just do a text thing. So I might just, write McKay or something. But that's on the books for today as well. And I also have some yeast beasts I got to sort out. So yeah, I got lots of science to do. So until we geek again, sweaty or not, cheerio, bye. Thank you.